Hey there! Today I'll demonstrate 4 different upholstery staple remover tools that you can use in your DIY project. And I'll tell you my favorites and my not so favorites. For this video, I'll be demonstrating the CS Osborne number 1066, or the wide blade staple remover, the CS Osborne number 120.5, the berries, and an off-brand called the Arianny. The first tool I'll demonstrate is the wide blade staple lifter, or the CS Osborne number 1066. This tool is great for digging in under staples that are deeply embedded into the wood, but because of the fine pointed tip, it is not for use in removing upholstery tacks, just staples. So I'm removing staples from this dining chair seat. So what you're doing is really digging under with the tip on these. And you can sometimes flip them out if you rock it back and forth as you're taking them out. And this is a pretty soft piece of plywood. When you're dealing with harder woods like maple and oak, it becomes much harder. Those staples do not want to come out. So you're more likely to be using pliers to finish the removal. A pair of bent nose pliers are my favorite tool for finishing the job because you can use that bend as a fulcrum to pull the staple out. And a quick safety note, remember not to put your finger in the way of the tool. Next, I'll demonstrate the 120.5 upholstery staple remover. Here you can see that number stamped right into the metal. The bent shank on this tool provides a mechanical advantage that's great for prying out tough staples. The action you're using with this is similar to the wide blade staple lifter, except with the 120.5, you're digging in with one of the 2 prongs, then twisting and flipping the staple out. Dig, twist, and flip. The thing I like best about this staple remover is that it also removes upholstery tacks, so it's a multi-use tool. You can use those sharp prongs to dig under the tack head, then it takes a bit of wiggling to get a good purchase. Once it begins to loosen, you can use those prongs just like a claw hammer to pry it up and out. Next, I'll demonstrate the berries staple remover. This one has a nice beefy handle and heavy-duty metal that can withstand a lot of torque. It has these slots on the sides that grab the staples and make it easy to flip them out. With this tool, you use the same dig, twist, flip action that I demonstrated with the first 2. The fourth and final staple puller I'm demonstrating is this off-brand from China called the Arianny. This one has a hinge and a little finger here that's supposed to grab the staple and help pull it out. So let's see how it works. Okay, it takes a lot more effort than it should to get the blade under the staple because it's not sharp enough to dig under there like the others can. On some of these, I can't even get the blade under the staple. Oh, here's one that's coming, and the finger doesn't seem to grab a hold of the staple the way it's supposed to. I actually compared this to a regular screwdriver, and the thickness of the end of this is quite similar to the thickness of a regular screwdriver. It is not fine enough to really dig under that staple. I think there are brands of this style staple remover that work well, but this is not one of them. So in summary, I would recommend both the CS Osborne 1066 and 120.5 staple removers and the berries staple puller. I don't recommend the Arianny staple lifter. Remember, there's only one out of all of these 4 tools that will remove upholstery tacks as well as staples. So if you're buying only one staple remover, I recommend the CS Osborne 120.5.